You. I know you're not 18. Leave. Now. Otherwise, enjoy the video.
Hello, boys. It's me, Kage. How are we doing? Good? I hope so. Today I bring to you the Ed, and Eddy fandom, but I didn't have time to go over to TikTok and look for clips there because I have to leave to go watch Spider-Man in cinemas in like a couple hours, in like an hour from now. So I thought I would at least record something and try and get it out there. So, I hope you enjoy. I am going to look at fan art today because you just sent me this art and it was just so beautiful. So I went to the Discord to see what other arts were there. And my lord, I do be missing them. I do be missing them. I do like to wait for them to build up. I don't like to look at them one at a time. I like to like actually dedicate time to looking at fan art. So I do not see them as soon as you post them. And if you feel like I don't see them, please feel free to at me. Or if you're doing the art on YouTube, leave a comment in the comment section below of any video. Well, preferably the newest one, so I can, see. And be like, hey, Kage, I made some fan art for you. Or at me, or come to the Discord and at me and be like, hey, I made some art on my YouTube of you, and then link me. You know what I mean? Feel free. I am human, I forget, and sometimes I am doing other things that I don't get to see, and I don't want to miss your art. If you dedicate your time to drawing me, please do bother me all you want. I love to see the art all the time. I always love to see the art. So, yeah. Thank you guys for the art. Let me just quickly get the censors up, because, I don't want to accidentally... Oh. To the art! So, as I said, we have Ed, and Eddy. Ed, and Eddy are kids. That's the main problem. How old... Oh, it's blocking it for me. How old are Ed, and Eddy? I've never heard of Ed, and Eddy, by the way. I've never watched it in my life. Ed, and Eddy are 12 years old and in the 6th grade for the majority of their series. So, they are 12. And to draw something like this... Ed, what are you doing? You're so warm, 2D. Ed, 2D is Ed, like with 2 Ds. Like, so you have Ed and Ed. So I'm guessing this is Ed. Yeah, literally. Ed, and dear God, it's Yowie. So Ed and Ed. It's weird to have two 12-year-old children sitting on the lap with the love hearts. You're so warm and so pretty. What are you doing? It's weird to make Yowie art of children. It's weird. No. Sorry, not weird. It's wrong. It's straight wrong. You looked at these two characters, you saw the way that you looked at these two kid characters, saw the way they interact, and thought to yourself, wow, I want to see them yowified. Now, obviously, this is 2008. Your boy weren't even born back then, bruh. I was born like 2 months after this art, bruh. It's crazy. This is what came before me. And look, now that I'm here, everything is going back to normal. Because that's just the aura I have. That's just who I am. I am just able to fix things just like that, like that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, bruh. Nah, but all jokes aside, this is just straight disgusting. You saw two children characters and you were like, man, I want to see them yowified. Again, I just said that, but still, it's wild to me that people watch these shows, see these kid characters, and think it's appropriate and think it's okay to make art like this of them. And then there's a not small number of people that would defend art like this. You're just cherry picking. Like, yes, I am cherry picking, but why are we talking about me? This is the art that exists. Like, sure, you can say, Kage, you're only looking at the bad side of the fandom. But what is this? Someone watched the show, saw two children characters, and decided that this would be an appropriate piece of art, an appropriate piece of media that they would like to create on the two characters. And their kids. Like, sure, you can say, oh, you're only looking at the bad side of the fandom. It doesn't change that this still exists. Sure, it's a small part, and I know that. I'm not stupid. I'll say it now. I know it's not the entire fandom. For every video I've ever made, I have not once said it is the entire fandom. Maybe those words slipped out of my mouth once, but I never ever meant it if I did say it, and I believe I have not said that. Because I know it's not the entire fandom. It's only a small part. But this small part is still really amplified in today's world and in today's, cycling of information. The worst stuff always is the most popular. You see a news story of someone, unfortunately, tragically being murdered. You see that. You don't see the story of a guy who saved a kitten or it's not as popular. Sure, sometimes we do get really popular stories and there really are wholesome stories, but this is what sells. This is the type of stuff that sells. Like rage bait sort of content. And even though it's a small number, it doesn't change the fact that it still exists. It doesn't change the fact that these two characters are 12 years old, and it doesn't change the fact that this person thought this was an appropriate piece of media to create on them. Let's move on. Threesome marriage, mpreg and children. Wow, so we're jumping from 2008 to 2026. What a jump. What a jump. Again, they fan children. What does fan children mean? Cartoon, OCs, fan children, Ed, Ed, and Eddy, Yaoi Boys Love, Canon X Canon, Eddy, Ed, Ed, and Eddy fan art. Ed, Ed, and Eddy fan art. It's weird. You age the children up because they do look aged up. They do look like adult versions. But you aged them up so you could make mpreg art, yaoi threesome, polyamorous relationship of these characters. That's one thing I don't understand. Again, I think aging up can be an absolute incredible tool. Or even like de-aging. I don't know what that would be called. But say you had an adult character and you wanted to draw what they looked like when they were children. That can be really cool pieces of media. I can agree with that. And I could actually say that there's not been a small number of times I've seen aged up characters and it was actually really good art and it was a really good look onto what the character would look like if they were an adult. But this sort of art is not it. This sort of art is not it. You looked at these child characters and you thought, man, I want to see them aged up. I want to see one of them pregnant and I want to see them in a threesome yaoi relationship. Threesome yaoi marriage, sorry. What? There's not much to say on this. It's weird. It's disgusting. I keep saying weird. Weird is a euphemism. It's disgusting. It is awful. It is abhorrent. It is whatever goddamn word you can think of that is a negative word. You know what I mean? This is awful. You looked at these child characters and thought, man. Now imagine if they were in a throuple, if they were in a throuple, and if one of them was pregnant. Man, now that's the sort of art I want to goddamn see. Like, it's weird, it's disgusting. And it's just odd, it's odd in general. I mean, maybe you can say that they don't have, like, you know, because to age a character up, right, I believe, at least in my eyes, you have to like the character somewhat. So to age the characters up and then make them mpreg or whatnot, like, it kind of speaks to me. Okay, this guy just likes yaoi. This guy just I just saw pregnant Frieza and Goku. I'm not looking at the right of my screen anymore. I just saw pregnant Frieza x Goku. This nigga just likes boys being in love and pregnant. But it's just crazy the fact that they did it of children this time. And aged them up, sure, they aged them up. They're not children anymore. And however you see aging up, that's fair enough. I see aging up as a really good artistic tool. If they decide to use that concept in order to make a NSFW, sexual, or romantic thing going on, I think it's a little weird. Like, okay, think of it like this. Imagine they aged up a child character so they could put them with an already an adult character in the show. That's just bonkers, isn't it? That's just bonkers. There's not much else to say. I'm going to move on now because there's not much else to say about this. I'm looking at the right, but I'm not looking at Goku X Frieza. That is some awfulness. Ed weaker than a 12-year-old. Wow. These characters, this character here, she looks like an adult or older sister. How old is she? So what's her name? Oh wait, her name is Sarah. Because, well, I already know. I'm just trying to, like, do a little comedy sketch, but it's not working. How old is Sarah? In Ed, Ed, and Eddy, Sarah is roughly 6 to 8 years old, making her younger than the main trio of Eds, who are around 12. So, you took a 12-year-old girl, and it looks like she's aged up, I guess. Ed doesn't look like he's aged up, but this girl looks like she's aged up, and you decided to draw her like this. Awfully sexualized. That's awful. That's just wrong. That is wrong in all stretches of the imagination. And what else makes it wrong? If you thought, oh, maybe it is an aged up version. It doesn't say anywhere that it's an aged up version first of all, and maybe it's just supposed to be some sort of like a different representation. I don't know what other different representation you could say, but maybe it's just like, oh, they just wanted to, do some water sports. Look at this. So instead of Ed, Sarah carries Ed, who is 2 heads bigger, and Sarah 18 butts bigger. Sarah's behind is huge. It wasn't like that the first time I drew her. I am a pervert. To say that you are a pervert in regards to drawing a 12-year-old girl with an awfully sexualized body proportions is downright wrong. You know this character is really young. You have said it. It's alright, Ed. We know you can't lift up 12-year-old girls. Maybe she's aged up to the age of 12. That is still a child. And that is just not how 12-year-olds are built, and that's not how 12-year-olds should be represented in art. Right? Is that something we can agree on? The way they've decided to represent this 12-year-old girl in their own words? That's wrong. That's just downright wrong. You even said that she wasn't this, curvy. Her butt wasn't that big when the first time they drew her. So they were like, wow, it isn't big enough. And then they went back and drew it again. And then they made her proportions much more sexualized, much more bigger. That's awful. That's awful. There's not even a reason to stay on this art. It kind of speaks for itself. This person looked at this character and thought, man, I would really love to see them doing some sort of water sports. And they drew her the first time. And then the first time they drew her, they're like, nope, this ain't it. And then they decided to draw her again. And then this is what we got. Extra sexualized proportions. That is wrong. Wrong. Then we have this last image. I heard that this is like a canon thing that happened. It says, someone said ew, and then they said it's canon. One of my favorite scenes. I mean, most favorite scene of this episode. Sorry, double D. Now, if it's canon, fair enough. I don't know. Maybe they're just saying that. Who knows? I don't think they're lying, but still, to draw something like this is weird. Like when a show does something, a show does something. We can criticize the show doing it and whatnot. If they're drawing 12-year-old boys, doing strip tease, whatever the fuck you want to call this, then I think that's just straight wrong. I think that's very weird. But when you as a fan look at that and go, oh yeah, so humorous. I mean, finding it funny is one thing, but drawing it yourself is a different thing. Because I mean, now you have just drawn a 12-year-old boy. I mean, it says it's like a stripper thing, right? I just wanted to draw stripper double D. Like, you looked at that character and thought, man, I really want to draw that character now. I mean, maybe there's a case for it. Maybe this one's a bit more up in the air than the other ones. I still think it's weird that you looked at that episode, that character, that interpretation, or whatever the hell you want to call it, and you thought, man, I like this. Now I want to draw it myself. It's just a bit odd. It's not disgusting. Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm feeling conflicted on this. It's just really, really odd that you would look at that character and then draw the art like that because of what you've seen. You know what I mean? Separating your art from the show, I believe, is something people need to do more often. You know what I mean? Okay, maybe that sentence don't make sense. That don't make no sense. I think sometimes people need to just understand that things are better in the show and in context rather than them doing it themselves. Maybe there's a context. Maybe in the episode, Ed is aged. Is this Ed or Eddy? Oh, double D. So Ed. So maybe in the episode, Ed was aged up. This is adult Ed. This is what he's gonna be like if he doesn't turn his life around and get good grades or something like that. Maybe there's context that can help to make this scene not bad. But when it comes from a fan doing it, there is no context. There is nothing else. You are showing just a half nude 12-year-old boy in an art as a stripper. You know what I mean? It's missing context, and it's really weird because of that, in my opinion. But that's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed it, you didn't, Anya say me now, Anya, see you later, Anya, say ho. And obviously, this is my opinion. If you don't respect it, I mean, this is my opinion. I hope you can respect it just as much. This is my opinion. I hope you respect my opinion as much as I respect yours. Okay? Gosh, that was hard to get out. Anya say with me now. Anya, see you later. On yeah, say ho. I have a kid now.